you know, like it's the country that still doesn't have so many influence from the outside world, let's say, which makes it quite interesting. You kind of feel how the world was before, you know. But on the other side, there are some subjects that have been already addressed, and at least we are starting to tackle them in the rest of the world. And here they might feel very, very difficult. So for example, how to work from home. Most people here don't work virtually, which is something that in the rest of the country is kind of normal. I mean, it went a little bit more now with the situation, but many people were already working online, for example.
Yeah.
And also what you were working with, like the different systems of economic models. I think this is like completely new. That's why I was thinking that it would be very interesting for you to explain a little bit of this idea.
Yes, well, Chile is very similar to United States in the talking about economics. Is the most liberal economy in the world, you know. So
wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
Here is everything is private. Health is private, water is private, transportation, highways, universities, schools. So like in the 70s, where we have a change because we had a communist president. He was like 2 years, and he started to implement some changes in Chile. But we had a dictator, Pinochet. Have you ever heard about Pinochet?
I have.
Yeah,
he was quite famous, let's say.
Yes, maybe it's the most famous Chilean. But
I think so.
Yeah, he was very bad. He was a very bad guy, but
he's not famous for good things.
Yeah, he's famous because he was a dictator, but he's famous too because he broke the communist system that we was working, and he implement the system of United States. Well, with obviously with a huge influence of United States. You know, was the CIA.
I don't think it was his idea. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. They were behind this change and behind Pinochet. So during this dictatorship, we privatizing everything. So we start using this new model about free market and more investing from abroad and big multinationals. So start coming big banks and
how was it accepted from the people? Or I mean, I know that during a dictatorship you don't really have an opinion, but still people still have opinions if they were not like able to address it. So how was it accepted from the Chilean people?
Yeah, well, we some I will say like 50% of the people accept this because and economy start growing, because a lot of loans, a lot of banks, the debt start growing, credit cards. So in that time we were like maybe like Pakistan.
It was welcome.
We were like Pakistan that starting opening our heads about the economy, and so a lot of people like this model, but the people were not agree with the change. they were killed.
Yeah, they
So
didn't have so much of an opinion.
yeah, so we use this model. Well, when this dictator Pinochet uh, uh, give the country for democracy,
Mhm,
uh, we well, the pact was continue the business model, you know.
mhm,
So we use this model like 30 years, and now we are at a huge crisis because the model is not working. It's not working because all the basic products, all the basic services are very
mhm,
very expensive here, because we
mhm.
have one, two, or three companies taking all the market share, and we have a lot of cartels in the different products and the different services.
Okay, so they're kind
So
of like big monopolies that or oligopolies that have started happening,
yeah,
right?
that is the situation here in Chile. So
Mhm,
it's not really a free market, because if you have your business like United States. In United States, if you have a good idea, you can grow, you can show your idea, and but
mhm.
here the economy is a monopoly, or duopoly, or oligopoly, and but is corrupted too, because
Yeah,
these guys that are the owners of these companies are friends of Pinochet like
of
30 years ago.
course.
So I worked for a lot of years. Well, I am 38 years old, and I worked for 10 years for big companies like IBM, PHP, that is
Mhm,
a huge multinational mining company from England and from Australia. So I enjoyed this model of wealthy, good jobs.
mhm,
But uh, when my son born, my son has 7 years old, I
mhm.
started uh, not agree with the model, because you don't in these companies you don't have life. I was
Yeah, that's true.
IT manager. I was IT manager, so in a big mining company. So I didn't
Mhm,
really have life. I worked 24/7, and when my son born, I started change my life. I resigned to the big multinational companies, and I
mhm,
starting to think, what can I do to solve this problem in Chile? What can I do for change the economy, save the world, starting doing good things with what I know,
mhm,
because I know a lot about business, how to run a huge company, about processes, about technology, about finance. But how can I use all that knowledge to change the world of my son?
And that's exactly, I
So
think, the question. Like, I just, as you were talking, I just popped up a window on my computer that it's saying that Spain is taking the first steps towards the basic income, which
mm,
is kind of amazing that they are really working on that during this crisis. And I think that's the way we should start working, instead of being reactive, being proactive. So I would love
mm,
to hear your approach and what did you came up for towards a solution about how we can use systems differently.
yes. So well, that was my really motivation in that time, not
Mhm,
start create a new business model or start creating a new economy, only change the world, and I don't know how. um, and I start studying a lot about new economic models. You know, there is a lot of new initiatives in the world about sustainability, about social economy, and I create a new model that is called social growing. So the main reason to this economy is develop society in not only develop in the economic way, it's developed in the spiritual way, in the material way, in the emotional way, you know. So I create a model to a microeconomic model, because the microeconomic only focus in profits, in maximize profits, about the owners, or about the people, that the investors in the in the market. So this new model don't focus all the work in satisfy the investors. You must satisfy the customers, you must satisfy the collaborators, that are the key element, and you must satisfy the investors, but the investor are not speculating with your value of your company. You give some return to your investors, but they are not owners, you know. So it's like more alone. The investors, the social investors that are investing in my company now, they have returns, like you are a loan in a bank or something like that, but they are not owners. So the investors don't have the power to change the business. And the main change in this new culture is the happiness maximization, you know. So I am not the CEO, or I am the CEO, but my role in my company is the happiness manager, you
I
know.
like that.
Yeah, so you have more work than only a CEO. You have to worry about people, you have to worry about customer, you have to worry about everything, about the food, about the colors, about everything in your company to grow, and but with healthy, you know, with happiness. And the basic fact is, if you have a happy business, you have your company will grow, because more investor will be attracted to your company, more people, more talent will be attracted to your company, or more customers will buy your product. So with this new model that is called social growing, that is my first company.
Wait, what kind of company was it? Is
No,
it? Sorry.
social growing is like the big corporation, is like the mother, you know. And social growing creates new business model that are in different markets, you know. So I create social growing, I create a team, and I start looking for different business in the what can I do in maybe in solar panels, in maybe, you know, sustainability, and I start investing in different business. uh, but finally I found my first really good business, that is toilet paper, because 2 years ago, 3 years ago, uh, a huge scandal about the monopoly of a huge cartel of toilet paper in Chile. You know, so
Okay.
there is three companies, two big companies from abroad, Kimberly-Clark, SSA that is from Germany, and the big one that has the 75% of the market is a Chilean company called CMPC.
Mhm.
And a huge scandal in the social media and the news and the newspapers and in TV about this collusion, this cartel that for like 10 years they fix the prices with the supermarkets, and the toilet paper here in Chile is expensive than Spain, or expensive than Italy, or expensive than US, expensive than we have maybe the most expensive toilet paper in the world. uh, Maybe in Dubai is more expensive than here, but we're that is Dubai. Chile is not, so it's not like Dubai. So I realized that we have an opportunity to enter to this market, this complex market, because toilet paper maybe looks very easy, but it's very complex because it's a very basic product. So
Mhm.
how you can uh, enter to this market and disrupt the market, because it's the difficulty is how you can disrupt the toilet paper market, you know, with a
So
simple,
how does it work here, system? So
yeah,
like in an active company, how
yeah.
is it applied?
So finally we create a new brand. It's called Incoludido.
Mhm.
It means in Spanish it means not colluded, you know.
Mhm.
So, and this company has a very special mission that part of the profits goes to helps to childs without homes, you know.
Mhm.
So this new toilet paper has a purpose, you know, so a social purpose.
I like the toilet paper with purpose.
Yeah. So I use the social medias to start communicating this new brand, start getting investors, because I didn't have any support from the government, any support from some big investors. So I started with crowdfunding. I put my idea in a crowdfunding platform. I get the initial amount to start producing this new toilet paper.
Mhm.
And this toilet paper, we sold the toilet paper by in small shops, using small shops in the
Mhm.
streets, and online selling.
So just to understand, you started, instead of starting communicating about the actual paper, you start communicating about the purpose, about that this paper will actually dedicate part of the income to a specific cause, right?
Yeah, and the purpose about fighting against the corrupted companies that of this cartel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So we are uh, a nice company about the helping the childs, and we recover urban spaces using art, you know. So one part of the profits goes to the childs, to helping the childs with different classes, with the child's activities, you know. So it's not only give the money to the childs. We did a lot of activities with volunteers, you know. So it's something more close than give a donation. And we did we we do a lot of urban interventions with social street art. So we recovered, you know, some plaza that was abandoned, and we used colors and graffiti, and this we create new spaces. So the people start realizing that you can create a business model that helps society, and can grow, can have more investors, and we doing good things. And now in my country, I have the most popular brand of hygienic paper. I have millions of followers in the social medias. We are the
When did
top
you start?
in 3 years ago with social, with Incoludido.
And one practical question: how was the difference of the price of your product in comparison to other products?
Yeah, well, in the supermarket, you can find a normal product like maybe we'll say $2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in my paper is around $1.
Ah, so it is also cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper, it's
But
cooler.
how are you able to do this with cheaper prices? Because many times it's quite difficult to compete with big companies because they do have already very cheap prices.
Yeah, that is the mindset what we can broke, you know, because you can have more good cost, because this model is a collaboration model. So you have a
Mm-hmm.
lot of collaboration. You have a lot of collaboration about customers that are communicating your product. You know, we use social media, so our cost of marketing is very low. That the big company, they use the television, they use the radio, so they are big, so they have big cost. We are a super flexible, low cost company, because collaboration, the purpose makes that magic. You know, that
I love
people.
that idea actually, because I think that's exactly where we should tap in. Many people start getting very worried because they will not have, like, their normal jobs are being interrupted or their normal income is being interrupted. But I feel that moving forward, yes, we have to create different economic models, but also we should start tapping into free resources and actually really use the free resources, and not just, as you say, you're creating a purpose that people felt like communicating. They were not forced to communicate it. And I
Yeah.
feel this is the new way of doing things, because we are kind of tired of brands that are being pushed upon us. I think everybody feels that. We
Yeah.
want to relate with companies that have something to do with what we believe and what we want to do in this world.
Yeah. And well, the in Chile was really tough, because the mindset here in Chile is very selfish. Is very, is business and growth. And so when I started, everybody thought that I was crazy guy. That this model didn't will not works. And the reality is, I am the top brand in the social medias, and everybody's talking about me, and they invite me to the TV, they invite me to the radio stations to talk
Please tell
about
me
this.
how we can find you in either social media or website, so I can type that so people can find you actually. Maybe you can type me your website in the chat room, or you can send me your
Yeah,
Facebook of the
yeah,
company.
let me check.
Because I think people would like to actually see how it works and understand how they can
Yeah,
use social media, not only for chatting, but actually for promoting themselves in a healthy way,
this is
in an
the
authentic way. Okay.
this is the web page.
Incoludido.cl.
Yeah,
That's
it's in
perfect.
Spanish, of course.
It's okay. So this is the website, and
Yeah, let
on
me
Facebook, how we can find you?
Facebook, and you can look in Instagram. Our Instagram is very, very cool.
Whatever you prefer.
In Instagram is
So I'm posting it also in the chat, so people can actually go and see the webpage and the Facebook and the Instagram.
yeah.
Because
Let me show you some pictures.
please do, yeah. You can share your screen, I think. And this is the Instagram one.
So Incluido first is the first company that works with this social growing model, you know. So if you look inside the company, because the people in Chile look the brand, you know, look the toilet paper, the business model, but inside my company, everybody it works like a very different company, because everybody works not formal, you know, dressed. Um, we play a lot of video games, and we have a management about the happiness, you know.
Tell
So
me a little bit more about that.
happiness is related with consciousness. So we develop consciousness inside our company. So people
How? What kind of
well,
techniques do you use?
for example, they must learn how to meditate. Yeah, they must increase their consciousness doing a lot of courses, like pineal gland, you know, about universe, about quantum physics, about spirituality, and you know. So the collaborator must develop themselves to increase the value of the company, because if we are more conscious and we are more happy, we are more creative, we're more compromised, you know. So that push the energy of the company. Yeah. Meanwhile, we are competing with very low moral company, very sad companies, you know. So our team is really, really, really fun. So
That's awesome to hear, because just today we will be starting an online course about conscious business. So it's exactly that. It's like, how do you use tools that are completely irrelevant with business? Because meditation, before it was studied, nobody could really see the relationship between meditation and business. To understand that we need to create whole individuals before we put them to work. Because we put to work a person that is unhappy where they are. They cannot control their minds, they cannot control their energy, and they don't know how to develop themselves. That's exactly what they're going to do for the company. Surprise,
that's right.
surprise.
That's right. That's right. So I I realized this about learning a lot about energy, learning a lot about spirituality, changing myself, because 7 years ago I was a really different man. I was tied with a tight man, you know, with a
What
business,
changed
a
you?
manager. I was a
What
manager. So
what changed you though? What was this moment that you realized that you want to change, or was it gradually? This
well,
change.
when I resigned to the mining company,
Mm-hmm.
I started my change, you know, because my mind was completely free.
Mm-hmm.
So I took like 6 months with my baby without working. So this 6 months changed completely my life, because I started study more about more meditation, taking a lot of courses. I studied a lot of quantum physics and relating this about quantum physics, spirituality, consciousness, and everything is starting making a lot of sense. But my worry in that moment was, wow, nobody knows that this in the companies. If you talk about the spirituality or of consciousness of quantum physics in to your managers in a company, you are the most strange guy. you know
Totally.
so
Totally.
I realized that my mission er, is starting creating a new a new business culture. So nobody understood what I understand. Maybe therapists, you know, uh, or people more related with this new knowledge, but not people from business. People from business are very, very, very squared mind, you know. So
Yeah, but I think even business now, it start changing because they have seen, actually they start seeing the results. And
yeah,
business always was changing because of results, let's face it.
yeah,
But I would like to pause a little bit and actually just remark that the actual change, because you created a gap, you took a break, you took a pause from what you were doing. And I
yes,
would like to point that out because right now we are in a pause and most of the people are jumping in to do something new,
yes,
when what we are really asked to do from many forces, not only from coronavirus, is to actually take a break and
yeah.
reconsider.
A word break.
The
Yeah.
funny
So
part with the breaks is like that it creates exactly what you were saying. You start connecting spots that you have never thought before because your mind
yeah,
was just too full.
yeah, just to full about jobs, debts, and a lot of things. So for me, this moment is very, very nice, very cool, because all the people is starting changing their ways of see life or see business or start working from home and realizing that the family's there, you know. so
Yes.
so I think this moment is a moment of change of the world, that we in this will crash the traditional economy and
Mhm.
starting create a new culture,
So actually,
to
only now we see your screen. So if you would like to guide us a little bit. So
can
social
you
growing, it's the idea. Yeah, we can see your
yeah,
screen.
social growing is the main company, and in Coludido, this is are some pictures about the Incoludido, the hygienic paper
Mm-hmm.
brand. But
Mm-hmm.
with social growing, we are developing new companies in other markets, so water, uh, aliment, food supply. So the main reason of social growing is create a new system with different companies that give you all the products, all the services, but not traditional services, not traditional mindset things,
So have you
So
put down like the, I saw the paper that you sent me in social growing and it's very interesting, the white paper, but have you put down specific techniques that maybe everybody can just start applying and in their own business?
yeah, yeah, because this that white paper was like very
Generic, yeah. Mm-hmm.
general, yeah. So we have some techniques. We use processes, so processes are very, very important. We focus in disrupt markets.
Mm-hmm.
So to disrupt the market, you have to use technology. Is your baby?
No, it's not my baby. This is Marshall. It's from the family that is
Oh,
hosting me. She's four
wow.
years old. She cannot
Hola,
hear.
hello,
Can you
hello,
hear? Can you hear her?
hello. Hi.
She's shy,
Yeah, I love kids.
but she's awesome. So the
I
new
love it.
generation is just like so sharp. It's impressive.
Yeah. So well, in for techniques in well, first of the techniques, you must educate your people, you know, your collaborators, to start realizing that we are more than material beings.
Okay. How
How
did you start, and how was the acceptance from your colleagues when you start saying these things?
Yeah, because I am the owner, I am the CIO, I'm the general manager, so it's part of the recruiting, you know,
It's
when
part
you
of the recruit. Oh, okay. So
yeah, so it's
you already choose people that
that's
have
right.
similar mindset, right?
Yeah, and you said in the recruiting, you say, okay, that's these are the standards here. You must starting meditating. You must do all these courses. If you don't like, you are not the right person to be here. You know.
Yes. So you start already with a good base, right? Because sometimes you cannot start from zero in these types of terms.
Yeah, and maybe there is people that start from zero, but they are really worried about the war situation. They want to change their life. They had a very bad experiences working for traditional companies, and so you have to choose the right people, you know, people that are really committed with this consciousness change, you know. So your team, you're starting with the recruiting the process is very 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 important. So for
So
example,
you start with the right people, and then what is the next step? Let's say.
yeah, and then you have for some like a talent process or talent management, and this talent management is not only focusing in the skills of business skills. It's
Okay.
related with personal skills. So you must start all, every month. You have to push your like the big companies with business skills, but with the personal skills. So okay, you have to meditate. Let's go. You have to go to the meditate course. You didn't. Oh, okay. You are in danger. You know, you're in danger because here we are very very uh, how you say strictly, you know, we are very
Strict, yeah.
yeah, um, but with a different consciousness. So and we work
So you're very
in
strict about personal development, practically, right?
yes, yes, of
Okay.
course. And the people here in my company, they do a lot of things. They not just a role, you know, they play a lot of roles. We are very flexible. So for example, people from finance, they or they maybe they like to do videos, or maybe they like to make images for social medias.
How do you choose, or how do they choose what else they would like to do except from the normal tasks, let's say?
Well, it's part of the recruiting, and it's part of the talent management, you know. So you are okay, you can do videos. Wow, you like it? Okay, do it.
Okay.
Okay, you are from finance, but if you like to do videos and you are continually looking their jobs, oh, okay, that video is great. Go for we push it in the social media, and we look if it works or not, the people like it or not, and is part of the happiness of the collaborator, and is part of creating new value for the company.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, in our company, when a truck with a lot of toilet paper comes to the office, everybody
Mm-hmm.
helps to take the toilet paper and take it to the storage. So the people from finance, the people from ID, uh, all collaborate in all the work on in the office.
This is great
So
because that's exactly what we are planning to apply in our project about conscious gems, which is probably going to be physical locations that will receive people for living and for modalities. And our basic differentiation is that there are no hosts and there are no guests. Everybody who's coming there is living there. If you're
yeah.
living there, you need to eat, unless you don't. If you're living there, you need to clean, unless you don't. So like everybody needs to do everything that is being needed.
Yeah, yeah. So for example, when we launch, everybody help in the kitchen. We are people focused in the kitchen, but the people helps, and
Mm-hmm.
we eat together, everybody together. We stop the office, we eat together, we ask for the universe for help. We are grateful, but because of the good things, we ask for people that are not good, in a good situation. So all that all that techniques
Mm-hmm.
helps to create culture, you know and
Mm-hmm.
more than culture, you create a like a family, that
Mm-hmm.
all the people are in the same symphony. They want to, everybody collaborates, everybody take thinking good things, very positive. So that is the you need that for to like an entrepreneur. You need that, because when you are an entrepreneur, you don't have too much help from everybody. So it's like, okay, you have a team to get the goal, and you have a lot of challenge during the trip.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a very close team, a very nice culture, you will be successful during that trip, and you will get the goal. But because everybody helps, everybody was worried to get the goal. So in that sense, you must start implementing some business processes to have your dashboard, look their goals, set goals, continue weekly, check their goals, push hard in the business goals, but pushing hard with the culture goals too. So this is now the packaging of Incoludido, and
Mm-hmm.
this is the new packaging without plastic. We create a new packaging without plastic in a
That's
box.
perfect. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now in Chile, we are the only company that create this new product. So the big company never thought about sustainability. So a lot of customers starting buying my product because it's sustainable. It's sustainable. It's cool. We help people. So, well, this is part of the we were in a lot of TV shows. When we were in TV, they made a lot a complete chapter of about my company.
Mm-hmm.
So they went to my office. They follow us to the shops. They show the investors, and the whole country start realize that, wow, it's possible to do good things and make money. you know and and more entrepreneurs, more people from business culture start coming to my office to, oh, I would like to do the same with as you. You know, how do you do it? For me, it's impossible. How do you manage your people? How do you do that? You know, how you use your social medias. So I starting now in 3 years of working. I am influencing in the mindset of business here in Chile. So
That's beautiful.
that was of my goal. So these pictures are investors. So we have small investors, a lot of small investors, like 320 here, but now they are like 400 small investors. So I raised $1 million, like $1 million of a small investor, like with crowdfunding. But
What were you offering back to them?
90 like 9% of interest in a year.
Oh wow! And you were sure that you can cover that?
Yes. So when I started, people start investing and I start returning. Well, when we had some difficulties, the investors wait and they support us. You know, so this is a different model how to how to have the invest of that you need for your business. So there are investors that are worried about the Chile situation. They are people that are really tired about the business culture. There are people that want to change Chile. There are people that want to change the consciousness. You know, so you create a group, a culture about investing. You know, so that is very powerful. So, for example, these are the interest of these investors, and we continually we send information about how the work is doing. You know, about the people in that was working, about the social intervention. So the investors get really committed with the company. They feel that they are pushing a good company, and it's not right like the normal or traditional way of investing that you put your money and you don't know what is happening with the money. You know, you put the money in the bank, and what happened with that money? You know, they invest in war, invest in guns, invest in collusion, in cartels. You know, but here they look every week, every day, what we are doing, what we are showing, what we are creating. So, for example, this is a newspaper about our social interventions with using street art.
Yeah.
You know, for example, this is an skate park.
Oh, can you hear us?
You know, so it's a plaza. Can you see?
No, not anymore. I was saying before, but can you share again the screen? I just see black. I do see your sensor though, so
let me check.
yeah, just do it again. I think it should be possible to be seen.
Now?
Yeah, we can see you now. Yeah.
Okay.
So this was done from the team, from volunteers, from who
People
took
from
the
the team,
actions?
marketing team, and help of other guys. So this is a designer, you know.
That's awesome, because marketing, we have it in mind very difficult, very different. We have it in mind that you're in front of a computer and you're just like sharing information, when taking this kind of actions can create much more impact in the end.
Yeah. So, you know, we took a plaza that was really abandoned, a skate park, and we change it with colors, and we create a nice place to take some photos to, so the people in the street start realizing that Incoludido is behind this change, and they want to change, to invest in us, or start buying. Let me show you another one. Can you see?
No, we can just see it small, and we see the zoom behind, which is our browser, I think.
Wait, we have to choose another. Now?
I think it will start. Yeah, it started. Yeah.
This was an abandoned place too.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of drug trafficking, people without home living there.
That's awesome, because you're changing also your environment, not only the business. And I think we have to go back and remember why business is created in first place, and that was to change the society and solve problems. It
Yes.
ended up being quite different, but that was the initial goal of creating businesses. And right now, with the extended privatization, we have to go back to that, because who's going to
Yes.
take care of the city in the end?
Yes, that's right. For example, in this coronavirus crisis, we are looking here in Chile, a lot of company, well, the government, with the government support, they are giving and taking a lot of people without jobs, you know. uh, they close the factories, they close the companies, and people, they lose everything. So the people start realizing that companies are really, really bad. You know, they do worry nothing about people. They are not worried nothing about the economy. They are worried nothing about the country. Meanwhile, we are doing these kind of things, you know. So they really shocked about, wow, this really includido, this, you know, that is includido. So we
Perfect.
are.
So I would like you, actually, I would like to make you a proposal, and please let me know how this sounds. Because we have been working the last days in creating an open source conscious business model, meaning it's a conscious business model that it's open source. So everybody can go in, change it, add, take whatever they need. It will be all free, and it would be practically for people to start understanding how they can create a business that has many of the principles that you are using. Actually, it has a lot to do with personal development, it has a lot to do with social action, it has a lot to do with personal purpose, actually, of the person who's creating the company and of the people working in it. So there are a lot of intersections, and we're putting it right now online so people can actually reach and have a clear guideline of how they can start, and they can also add their contribution to the model. So this hopefully creates an open source business model of social and conscious entrepreneurship that covers a much bigger population than just single companies, with just a few companies. So
Yeah.
I would love if you want to be our partner in creating that. It's something that has started now. I feel that is really, really needed in these times of so many people searching to do something. And I feel that they need to start from the right ground of why do you want to do something, how does your company should interact, how it should be based, and how do you want the culture to be. And I love the way that you have structured the social growing. I have put it down into some small steps, but I'm pretty sure there are many more than the ones that we were saying in this call. So I would love to see if there is a way that we can put this into an online model that can be easily accessible. It can be with the principles of personal development and business development as you have experienced it, but also be able to tap into the collective intelligence. And if other people are using something similar and has worked for them, to be able to contribute to the model. So we create a model that is really dynamic and adjustable. how do you hear that, and what ideas come into your mind?
Yeah, no, for me it's great because that is that is my mission, you know. Is I created this social growing. I created this to show the people, to share the model, to and implement it and show the results of the models, you know. So okay, you
It's
have the
very
model,
important,
you have
yeah,
the
to show
model,
the
but
results.
this is working, really working, because it's not a crazy idea. It's not only an idea. It's not idealistic. It's quite real. And
I
it's
think that's the most important, because we have many, many models, but if you cannot prove that this has worked in a number of businesses, in the end, right now, we're in the period of time that we need to really be careful of how we use the resources. And the resources, I put also human effort, because this
mm,
is a very big resource. And we have to use it towards something that makes sense for us and also creates a difference.
yes, yes. And okay, your model works, but your model is successful, and your model can win to the traditional model, you know. That is why
Exactly.
it's so important in Coludido, because we are winning. We are winning in marketing, we are winning in social medias, you know, and we are starting growing with selling more, selling more, selling more. That it's hard because we don't have too much, we don't have big investor yet. So once we get some big investor, we put our own factories, you know, we start winning in the market share, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have 1%, 2%, 3%, 10%, you start you create a disrupt model that is converting in a business, a word business case, you know, like how Netflix went to Blockbuster, or how to Uber win the battle with the traditional taxi model, you know. So in this case, in Coludido is a new way of toilet paper brand. Is a new way of this toilet paper market. So and is powerful. It's powerful. Is
And
disrupting the market. So then the people say, "Oh wow, this could be exponential." You know?
And what I love about this model, it's its openness. We are used in business to preserve the business model as if we open it out, somebody will steal it. And I feel that this mentality has to change radically. And this openness that your model have, I think, is really tapping into the new way of doing things.
Yes, that's right. So for example, you can see the pictures.
Yes, we can see your screen. Mhm.
Yeah, that's this is are the kids in the homes, you know, that we're I said that we use some benefits or the profits to make
Mm.
some, for example, this is a sushi course,
Nice.
and this was a boxing, therapeutic boxing course. So we go to these houses, we know the childrens, we do a lot of good things. We connect with them. We have I personally I have some contact with them. So this is very important too, because one part of the business model in this new wave of C business, you must repair
Mhm.
the society. So one part of your profits,
Absolutely.
maybe 10% or whatever, must go to what you want to solve. In my case, I want to solve the life of these kids because they are suffering, you know. So in different in you can, for example, you can have another company and you are very addressed about uh, animals, or maybe old people that are suffering, or whatever you want, but helps in something. So is very important because it's part of the business model. It's not just like, oh, okay, it's very cool. No, you must do it to, because that attract more people, they more volunteers, more, you know, is very close to the business. So if you don't have this, it's a traditional company, you know, it's a traditional business model. You're okay, maybe you can disrupt, or maybe you can do things differently, but you're not helping. So help is part of the business. And this is my
And I think this is a
organization.
very, very important point.
Yeah. And the organization, my organization, is not a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
It's a circle, you know. And the center of the organization is the happiness manager, you know. So I am here, and
Mm-hmm.
we have operations. In operations we have finance, sell, everything related with the business, with the
Mm-hmm.
product, the factories, the logistic. We have human resources that we focus in develop society and develop our team, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So human resources or social development, uh, they worried about the people inside our company and society in general. And we have a creative manager.
Mm-hmm.
So here they are the artists. Here in operation are the engineers, and here in creative, artists, you know, designers, video guys. So they work differently, they think differently, they and the IT guys, they work really different too. They are all one and zeros, they are only in the computer, you know. And these guys, they need pizza, they need coffee. This guy, they need more colors, more paintings, you know. And these guys,
How do you
they,
manage to connect? How do you manage to make a uniform team out of so many different mentalities? Because I think this is very important.
yeah, we have every week we have a one general meeting, you know,
Mm-hmm.
with everybody. Everybody are there, everybody gives their opinion, whatever they. So in operation we have people, IT guys, they are giving their opinion, they, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
we don't have we work on Monday, we have the general meeting in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a huge panel where we have all the task what we are doing, or
Mm-hmm.
what we have to do. And every week we check this all these tasks, and the rest of the week you have to work on that. So
Mm-hmm.
we have only one meeting. Only one meeting. That is really really weird, because when I work for big companies, my my life was meetings. And
Yeah.
meetings that not work with other departments. So, and the people, like I said, the, for example, people from operations can work
Mm-hmm.
doing videos, or people from IT can help with the courses of the human resources, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
all this is connected. So, and I am the manager that tries to create the flow of the information, create the culture, you know. And you have to have a leader that for that, you know. So this will not work, man, or yes, this we will go, let's go for this, you know. So you have to manage the happiness, manage the business, manage the workflow. So this I have a lot of work.
This is beautiful though, because yeah, it's exactly as systems also work. Each system, like in nature, is kind of autonomous, but they do communicate for mutual resources. And you need a central um, sharing point, I will call it, like that knows how to distribute the work, the flow, so it keeps generating more and more energy around the subject that you need.
Yes,
I I would love to continue that. I have so many ideas that came into my mind. I will take that like out from the live, I think, and I will write you in the messenger chat. My proposal of putting that online and create the open source business model together, it's open and valid. We can talk about that more like privately, because I feel it's something that can benefit a lot of people, and it's time that we open it up to the bigger audience, because it's a beautiful work and it's what is coming up. And and additionally, I would like to invite you in our business course that we are starting today. On day 1, 2, 3, on day 4, so from now at 4 days, that would be like 1, 2, 3, on Saturday, no, on Friday, sorry. On Friday, we will be talking about alternative business models. So free
nice,
flow models, social growing. So I would love
perfect.
to have you as a guest speaker to actually teach them how this model works. Because
Yeah,
people get lost. It's like, oh my God, I don't know any alternative models, so they don't exist. So
yeah, yeah.
hands-on, you have done it in your own company, it's running, it's going well. It's not a theoretical model. And that's what I love the most, to tell you the truth. It's like something that is hands-on and it's active, and it makes you happy, and it makes people from your company happy, and it makes the buyers happy, and then investors
Mm,
happy. This is
yes.
this is beautiful.
Yeah, great, great. I would like to. I'm glad to help to with this model, help to entrepreneurs around the world. Maybe Pakistan. I have a lot of people following me in from
Yeah,
Pakistan. A
that's
lot,
nice.
yeah. And I see that it's as you said, there is a very nice opportunity in Pakistan because is they are starting with the business.
They're starting with
So
entrepreneurship, and they have a very interesting trait that they already have in their culture and their tradition, the sharing as an
mm,
idea. So for them,
yeah,
it's very normal to do charity, it's very normal to help,
yeah.
to give out. So I think this model will just come like naturally, you know?
Yeah, and here, if, for example, there's spirituality is almost nothing here in Chile. The so in Pakistan is different. It's different. People are connected
It's
more
totally different.
with spirituality. So I think there is a very nice opportunity, and it's a huge market.
It's
So,
250 million.
yeah. So here in Chile we are 17 millions.
In
17.
Greece, we are 12 millions, and the city that I am right now, it's double. It's like 24 million. So it's two Greeces.
Yeah, yeah, it's huge. When I knew because we have friends in common with Rehan.
Mhm.
He knew about what I am doing. We talked some couple of times about my model, and I start looking information about Pakistan. I was really surprised with how much
Mhm.
people and how they are beside I think from India, so they have a lot of opportunities in technology. So and and people with good hearts, I think.
Mhm. So thank you so much. I will write you the ideas, and then we can see how this can all get in a model that can be shared
Yeah,
openly and to
sure.
whoever wishes to try this type of model. Thank you so much for your beautiful work,
Yes,
first
I
of all, for
mean,
sharing it and for taking the
okay.
time.
Yeah. Very
And a
nice
lot
to
more
meet
will
you.
come from this
That's,
conversation.
yes, I know there will be a different business culture. Okay, see you.
Beautiful. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye-bye.